Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here for wearechange.org, and today we're going to be talking about a company called 3 Square Market. This company out of Wisconsin will be the first in this country to begin microchipping their employees. Yes, that's correct. It's come to this, folks. And of course, they're selling it to you as something that is the future and something that's coming anyway, so why not get behind it? Now, admittedly, they won't be forcing their employees yet to take this chip, but let me tell you some of the things this chip's going to do for them. It's going to allow them access to certain areas without an ID card, to use their computers and log in, to use scanners, to access vending machines.
In River Falls, Wisconsin, employees at a vending company are going from the assembly line to front of the pack to get microchipped.
Do you think this is the future?
It is the future, and we look at this as being responsible.
Todd Westby is the owner of 3 Square Market. By next week, at least 50 of his 80 employees have signed up to become bionic, using what's called a RFID transponder in a microchip meant to make the workplace experience faster and more efficient. This company is offering the chips, which cost about $300 a piece, to its employees for free. Westby says they are not GPS enabled yet.
It's for entrance to the building, logging into computers, making purchases in our break room market.
All of which could be done with a non-invasive device. Now, a lot of people will say to me, well, Jason, obviously people are going to lose that. This is so much more convenient. Look, if you made it as something that could, say, stick on a cell phone or as an app on a cell phone, most people don't lose their phones that often. This is truly about a bigger agenda.
This will be the natural way to add another dimension to our everyday life. I mean, for me to be able to seamlessly interact with everything digital around me means me leaving a keychain, which, however, is a 5,000-year-old invention. It's kind of lame. And carrying money around, a wallet and plastic cards, it's obvious. I mean, it's the next step, the next natural step for electronics is to move into the body.
And it's not the first time that this is happening. A Swedish company began microchipping their employees as well and used the same rhetoric to sell it to the public as something, again, that was really non-invasive, and it doesn't have GPS, so they won't be tracking you.
Co-founder and CEO Patrick Mesterton said his office complex was the ideal location to test such a technology.
So practical here, you can open doors using your chip, you can do secure printing from our printers with the chip, but you can also communicate with your mobile phone by sending your business card to individuals that you meet.
He said that unlike a mobile phone, the chip could not be tracked, and he did not see any integrity issues.
You have your own identification code, and you're sending that to something else which you have to grant access to. So there's no one else that can sort of follow you on your ID, so to say. It's you who decide who gets access to that ID.
Now, in the article, it also says that this device is not hackable. However, it's giving off an electromagnetic frequency. Therefore, hackers, I believe, can get access to it.
Anything can really potentially be hacked, especially because most of the actual information, it's not encoded on the tiny device under your skin of your hand by itself. You can never leave it behind. You can't really turn it off.
So the company Biohacks out of Sweden is the one that's actually going to be chipping these employees. And this is the same company that in 2004 got a patent and began producing the VeriChip. The article further promotes the idea of getting a chip by pointing out that Ali Velshi of Velshi and Rule on MSNBC has had the chip for about 10 years, and it carries his medical information. Remember, this is all being brought to you as a very positive thing, something that's coming, something that's going to be unavoidable. Now, folks, we know in 2004, Mexican officials within their government were getting this chip for a lot of the same reasons that they're selling it to this Wisconsin company.
Mexico's Attorney General and 160 of his deputies have had microchips implanted in their arms to control access to the country's new criminal investigation center. It is to provide access, said the Attorney General, to the right people in exclusive areas where there is valuable, sensitive information.
But let's look a little deeper. DARPA and the US military actually announced that they would be using this technology in late 2015 and early 2016 to create a quote-unquote super soldier. Imagine a world where you could just use your thoughts to control your environment. Think about controlling different aspects of your home just using your brain signals, or maybe communicating with your friends and your family just using neural activity from your brain. At DARPA, we're trying to build what are called neurotechnologies that enable all of this to happen.
But what if we could solve all of these problems by replacing some of these big, expensive parts, large displays, thumb pads, with a cortical modem, and use the frame buffer that you already carry around in the back of your head? And so now we're not talking about just restoring loss function, we're talking about tapping into sensoria that you already have and enhancing it, writing to it. They're really tiny things. They're things that we should be, with the state-of-the-art packaging technology, able to embed in tiny little devices about the size of a couple nickels back to back. Beyond talking and hearing, as you would with an advanced phone that you don't actually have to pull out of your pocket to hear anymore, we could also do things like relay imagery.
Now, obviously, technology can be used for both good and evil, and as it progresses, it will become more pervasive in society. However, the idea that an employer would chattel mark me with an implantable chip is beyond my comprehension, and of course something I would never allow in my lifetime. Folks, if you like this video, as always, subscribe, share on social media, and go and visit wearechange.org. It's only through your financial support that reports like this one are possible.